Election Watch Ghana has raised concerns over what it describes as unprecedented vote buying ahead of the NPP's January 31 elections. It warns that the integrity of the country's democratic process is under serious threat. In a statement issued today, the Election Monitoring Group said findings from its community engagements indicate that some candidates are allegedly deploying huge sums of money to influence delegates' decisions. Let's go over the lines and speak to convener of Election Watch Ghana, Mark Ewusi Arko, on this particular issue. Mark, many thanks for joining us on NewsFeed.
Thank you, too.
You describe the situation as a threat to the integrity of Ghana's democracy. How serious is this threat compared to previous elections?
A very good afternoon to you and to our cherished viewers. I think that under a democratic nation, it is undemocratic to give out freebies or induce people to get their votes. And we have studied over the period that this has been the tradition and the practice by politicians, which we think that it undermines the very fabric of our democracy. It undermines our societal norms, for which reason we are cautioning the New Patriotic Party, especially their candidates, to desist from that act. Again, it is also a responsibility on the Electoral Commission to ensure that
Mark seems to have
a play level, for which it must be looked at. It must stop. Can you get me?
Yes, I can. Please go ahead.
Yes. So we are also cautioning the Electoral Commission to ensure that some of these undemocratic acts are curtailed so that we're able to protect the democracy we are practicing.
Mark, what other forms of vote buying have you documented beyond cash payments?
Come again?
I'm asking, what other forms of vote buying have you documented beyond cash payments?
Well, so beyond the cash payments, what they intend to do is to, lure delegates into getting them juicy and nice hotels, get them transportation, get them good food to eat and all that. But we think that these are all activities that must be done by the party, because the party, as we speak, have an elections committee, and all these things we are mentioning have been budgeted for. And so what reason would one decide that he wants to cough out about 150 to 200 million Ghana cedis to, do all these things? We think it is undemocratic.
And are these practices widespread across all the candidates or just among a few of them?
Well, so what we have done is that it was during our engagement, we engaged some of the delegates, and they made it known to us that this is what is happening. Of course, we are not able to identify which of the candidates is doing that, but we are cautioning them, cautioning the party, and also urging the Electoral Commission to ensure that these things do not have space in our democratic system.
Speaking about the Electoral Commission, you have urged them to take immediate action. What specific actions do you expect the EC to take before Saturday?
I think it is part of the Electoral Commission's obligation to ensure that if a level field play is given to all the political parties or the candidates, those who are found giving bribes or inducing delegates should be punished. We saw same thing during the by-elections at Ajuso, where a whole professor, a member of parliament, gave bribe to an electoral officer. Of course, we wrote to the Office of the Special Prosecutor and the IGP for an action to be taken. We are urging that the EC officials themselves must be very careful in some of these inducements. And so we have provided a contact number, a toll-free number, which was given by the Electoral Commission itself somewhere last year, that people who would be engaged, or political parties who would be engaged in inducing voters, should call that number. And it is 0800-324-324. We think that it is a very credible contact number, and we believe that the Electoral Commission will take drastic action when they receive such calls.
Mark, thank you very much for speaking to us.
Thank you very much too.